Okay, y'all. This is gonna be a little lengthy video, so get you something to drink, got me some water, cause we gonna create our dream life. Hey ladies, how you doing? Sitting here sipping on some water. We got a nice little lengthy video. I got my laptop in front of me. I got some little prompts over here. We're gonna have a good conversation. You see in the title, we are creating our dream life this year. We're not playing. And you know what? I don't want to sound so like specific on year. Even if it doesn't come to this year, we're gonna pave the way, set the foundation so we can have it. If it's next year or the year after, we're gonna have it. And you know why? Because we deserve it. I got all my little notes here. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, because these are things that I've been working on in the last year. I want to say 2021. I had the vision in 2020, but I had so much going on. I mean, so much going on. I had put my attention in areas that I shouldn't put my attention in. But you know what? That's what I felt at the time. And that's one thing, again, giving myself grace, understanding, you know, I can sit back now and be like, girl, why you put that energy in that over there? But that's what I needed at the time. Everything that we go through, it's a learning experience. Something comes out of it. So that's how I took 2022. But 2021, I was pretty much putting the footwork down. And now I'm ready for 2022 for things to be pretty much come to the forefront and just be laid out on the table for me. And you know, some things have come, but now I'm ready for the rest to kind of flow through, and then the rest can come, you know, in years to come, because everything is a process. But let's get into it. I have everything right here. I want to make sure I give it to you the way I want to give it to ya. So when I say how to create your dream life, I mean, I'll ask myself a few questions. Okay, Kelly, you know you want to live this way, have this, do this. Everything is different for everyone. Like, success is different for everyone. Me having a ton of material things, like luxury things, those are nice. What I would like some, but that's not the top of my list. You know, that's at the very, very bottom. But like where I live, you know, how my income is coming in, you know, do I want to pursue the entrepreneurship, passive income? Do I want to work for an employer? You know, things like that. What would be my ideal job? You know, like I said, where do I want to live? What community? What kind of neighbors I want? You know, what do I want across the street? What I want surrounding me? You know, what kind of vehicle I want to drive? Do I want to lease? Do I want to finance? Do I just want to buy straight out? How I want my savings to look? You know, what kind of friends I want around me? What kind of family I want around me? What, you know, all these different things, you know, these questions, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I'm getting so overwhelmed. These questions you have to ask yourself, because sometimes we sit back and we just take what's thrown at us. We'll sit back and we'll be like, okay, well, this happened, so this is just what it is for me. And no, that's not true. We can pretty much create our own life. If we put the work in, we can pretty much have what we want. Sometimes we feel like, oh, our past, our circumstances, our upbringings, all these different things is what control us. But in all reality, what controls us is us. People always sit and say, I've been in conversations before, they'll say, oh, well, she comes from wealth, or he has wealthy parents, or they have a money line, so it's easier. Yes, that's easier. But you know what? The way the world is now and the resources that we have, you know, we can pretty much make things happen for ourselves. You know, we don't have to have it all, but we can have a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? For me, it's not about having everything. I don't mind living within my means. I don't mind having just enough, but I do want some more, and it's okay. Do I want to venture out and have businesses? Yes, I do. You guys know I have a couple of things going on, and for those of you who support me, I thank you. But my thing is, we can position ourselves and put ourselves in a way that we can create the dream life that we want. So let's get into it. I like to write things down. You know, I like to be very specific on what I want. Like, you know, do I want to renovate my home? Do I want to get a new home? you know, where I want to live, you know, things like, be very specific, what I want, you know, if I'm going to remodel, if I'm going to buy. Like, my thing is, what kind of kitchen do I want? Yes, that may piggyback on and say, okay, well, you may want a Pacific kitchen. If it's new, renovated, old, whatever, you need money. So guess what? Now I need to figure out, okay, I want to live this way, so I need to get some income this way. So that becomes my job, my side hustle, my side business, my main business, whatever it might be. You have to line these things up. So when I say write it down, be specific, put down what you want and how you want it. Let me share something with you before I get in. This is my planner. You guys know my planner last year was pink. It was a different planner, but they're pretty much the same. I like an hourly planner because I'm a kind of person where I want to see how I spend my time. I'm all about time blocking. I'm all about understanding. I don't want to exchange my time for money when it comes to things that I'm doing. And that's the same when it goes for my job. That's something that's really eats me up, the fact that I have to give so much of my time to get what I want. I really want to have freedom. And there's nothing wrong with that. And somebody might say, Kelly, that seems so, you know, far-fetched, but that's what I'm working towards. So that's why, you know, I'm saying I want to create my dream life to where I don't have to give my time for money. And I'm working that out here in this planner where I'm like, okay, Kelly, how are you going to structure yourself? Your job is your job. That's non-negotiable. I don't even write that in my planner because that's non-negotiable until my circumstances change. But when it comes to my business, I have to pretty much be strategic and savvy on how I plan my day, because this is how I want my life to be. You get what I'm trying to say? So in conjunction with planning and understanding how I spend my time and writing things down and being very precise and what I want, I also create a vision board. Let me show you that. So this is my vision board. I'm not going to show you the front of my vision board because I just did it again for 2022. I do have a picture frame. And on the picture frame, what I did was, you know how when you get a picture frame, it'd be a picture already in there. I flipped the picture around that was in a little thin little sheet that's in there. And then I went on to Google, Pinterest, wherever, and I printed out things that represent how I want my life to be. And I will tell you, I really didn't change but a few things on here from 2021, because some of the things on 2021 is still coming in, and I should kind of see some things roll in. Now, once these things have, say, halfway manifested, I'm going to do a 6-month check-in, and then I will probably show you some things once they are actually completed, because I'm a firm believer in, you can write everything down, have everything here on paper, you can have everything in your head, and you can have a plan, you can visualize it. I think looking at it too, I keep this in my room. It is literally on my dresser. So when I wake up in the morning, yeah, my mirror is there, but guess what's there? This. Because I'm setting the tone. I know that I have to do something every day so I can manifest my dreams. Because guess what? The universe is not going to do it. It's not. I have to put the work in to get what I want. You know, I had a really good candid conversation with one of my good girlfriend. She's my best friend. We grew up together from young. Our parents went to high school together. And we lived in the same building together. Crazy, right? We had a real good candid conversation yesterday, just talking about procrastination, you know, just all these different things, and, you know, doing research on maybe the genre or the industry that we are in. Like, she's in something different from what I'm in, and it's like sometimes we get so caught up in the research and listening to other people, but at the end of the day, we listen to ourselves. Just because they may have fears and they'll sit and say, oh, avoid these 3 mistakes, this is what I ran into in my business. Yeah, we may have the same business, but what you ran into in 2000 is not what I'm running into 2020. So guess what? I can't listen to you right now. I got to do it myself, and I got to see if that's going to work for me. And then if I got to see whatever fails for me, then I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to move forward. Sometimes we get so caught up in all these resources we got, we never give our plan a try. I'm reading this book, and I'm almost finished, y'all. It's called The 12-Week Year. And in this book, this man was saying, we are so quick to change our plan. We have a plan. Have a plan. And when things don't work out in the first 2-3 weeks, we done watch somebody else's video and we're like, oh God, well, he or she did that way and it worked for them. I'm going to try. Now you're going to change your whole plan all over to mimic theirs. But meanwhile, we never gave our plan a try. Like we pretty much gave up on ourselves. We're not doing that. We are creating a life for us and we're not looking at nobody. So now we know what kind of life we want to live and what we want and things like that. We have to make some goals. We have to kind of break some things down, but not overwhelm ourselves at the same time. So I'm going to share some things with you about myself so you can kind of get an idea on how you can implement certain things that you want to do in your life and how you can break it down. So we have to set goals. I'm a firm believer in don't set too many. I was that person where I would plan for the year, right? Plan for the year, and the next thing you know, month one come January, February. Well, say January, we going hard. February, we kind of slacking off. March, we like, shoot, we got the rest of the year to get over this, and we can get it done maybe in April, May. And the next thing you know, we done let the summer go by. We out having the best summer yet, you know, enjoying or whatever the case may be. And then here come October, November, and we trying to go hard because now we want to see the end result in Q4. But meanwhile, we didn't work the way we were supposed to. My thing is this. I posted on my Instagram last night. If we can work 8 hours for someone else, we can at least give ourselves 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. So you think about it. 2 hours a day. If you want to do 5 days, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 10 hours a week. Why not? We give them 40 hours. We give them 40 hours. And this, I sit back and I know it sounds easier said than done, but I know life gets the best of us. Things happen. We can plan some things out, and the next thing you know, a monkey wrench will come in and kind of turn some things around. But at the end of the day, we have to know what the end result is. And we have to, we're trying to create that dream life. So if we let these little monkey wrenches come in and we don't fight them off or ignore them or say, no, how are we going to have what we want? You know what I mean? Again, I did a video on setting boundaries. You know, you can't do it all. So you might need other help in other areas of your life. You have children, you have a spouse, significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. You know, if you need them to go wash the dishes, clean the bathroom, do whatever, do the laundry, while you sit here and work on the life. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure whatever you working on is going to not just benefit you, it's going to benefit somebody else too. Because you got children, you got a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever the case may be, it's going to benefit somebody else. So they can help in other areas while you're doing this. And shoot, I'm about to teach my daughter how to edit, because guess what? Mama can't do it all, but I know what I can do it all. I can pump out videos. I can do these different things, but it's certain things that I know that's time consuming for me and I need help on. So if I was going to outsource it and pay somebody else, why not pay my family, my daughter? Why not? You know what I mean? So when doing these goals, I will only pick 3 goals. Work on them and work on them hard. Break those goals down. So if you know you want to get a new car, okay, we got to get a new car. Prime example, me. I need a car because I don't have a car. So I have to sit back and say, okay, Kelly, you know you pretty much want to either buy your car, lease your car, or finance your car. Whatever scenario you're choosing to do, you know you need to still, you might want to put some money down because you may not want to have a high car note. You know, so now you got to start putting the car note that you did have back in the past. Won't you start saving that money back up for a couple of months, and you get some of that stuff money up until you get that little kitty up, and now you can use that as a down payment. You know, little things to kind of get you to where you need to be. That's like breaking your goal down, just breaking it down. In addition to you having short-term goals, like me wanting to get a car in the next 3 months, I break it down. Now, my yearly goals. Now, I know in a year, I definitely want to be solid, consistent in my brand. You know, I have We Age Graceful and I have iamKeliB. You know, I just sat here last night and I had a whole nother vision talking to my girlfriend on the phone, and I would have a whole nother little venture that I want to get into, and I'm going to probably launch that next week because let me tell you something. If something comes to mind, right? I know I'm all over the place. If something comes to mind to you and you know you want to do it and it's in your heart and you feel it, do it. Don't sit back and be like, oh, it's not the right time. You know, I need to wait, you know, till the kids are out of school. Oh, I gotta wait, you know, or till I, you know, change jobs. I gotta wait until we move because we got so much going on. No. Because let me tell you something. I sit back and I look at time that I may have wasted, but I try my best, always give myself grace, and not say that it was wasted time. It was learning time. But we don't want to even have those thoughts anymore. We just want to straight execute, and more execute. If you know you can do something, do it. Do it. And it's not about looking at Susie over here because Susie got it going on and Susie got her thing. And you know what? I could do what Susie do. No. We cannot compare Susie day 100 to our day 1. Susie got her grinding. Yeah, you're going to get your grinding too. But don't compare. Do you have your... Me having my own space on the internet, me doing my own thing, if it's YouTube, if it's Instagram, whatever it might be, Facebook, I'm coming to realize people like you for you. You don't have to be nobody else. You don't. You just be yourself, and people will gravitate towards you. It's just amazing. It's just amazing, people. I cannot wait until I do this content creation workshop. I want to start it this month, but I cannot start it this month. I'm going to probably start it in April. I'm probably going to start it for I can't get it out, Q2, because I really want to dedicate some really good time to it. But right now I just can't because my job is very demanding. I'm trying to do this, and I do have We Age Graceful, but I'm definitely going to do this. I definitely want to share the information with you, but I would definitely say, well, if you got something up your sleeve, get it going. Okay, next up. I'm all over the place. I just had to do this video. I felt like it was just sitting on me. And I'm not even following what I got written down over here. So that's how you know. I feel this. I really do. I really feel it. Okay, so as I mentioned before about setting goals. Setting goals, you know, you can have your 3-month goals, your 1-year goals, your 5-year goals, or whatever. I don't like going that far out. And my planner here, it does that for you. You can have your 3-month goals, your 6 months goal, your 1-year goals, and your 5-year goals. I don't like to go that far. I think for me, the farthest I will go is 1 year, but I really stick between the 3 and the 6 months because I want to concentrate and make sure that I execute, if that makes any sense. So let me give you a spiel. I might sit and say, I want to upload 20 videos in 3 months, right? Okay, Kelly. You gotta sit there. You have, when I say execute, you have to put some dates next to it, because something about putting dates next to a goal, that puts the urgency and that puts the time clock in your brain to kind of go off and say, okay, I gotta really sit back and plan, because if I'm gonna get 20 videos out in a month, I have to sit back and say, okay, well, how many videos am I going to record in a day? Or how many videos I'm going to record in a week? Or, you know, what am I going to do? And how am I going to strategically put these different things? Because if you don't do that, you're going to be sitting back and you're going to be in week 2 and be like, it's no way in heavens I can get 20 videos out in a month because I only have 2 weeks left. And meanwhile, you have other things going on in your life. You have work. You have school, you know, if you go to school, you have children, you have family, you know, there's so many different things. So we have to be mindful of that. So I always say, put dates next to your goals once you break them down, and break them down to where they are feasible for you, because you don't want to do something where it's like overwhelming. You know, we still have life to live, but we still have to work on what we want, and that's creating the life that we want. In addition to doing all of this and creating and doing the things that you want to do to have the life that you want, the car, the house, the financial freedom, all these different things, walk it. Walk it as if you are already in it, because you want to get accustomed to that life. Let me tell you something. I flew in first class a couple of times, right? But I was younger, and it didn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? I flew first class back in November when I went to New York. And I was like, not saying anything bad. Not saying anything bad. Because I know I will fly again. I probably will be in coach. But I was like, this is an experience. Even though you are paying for it, it is an experience. So what I'm trying to get to, live the life that you want. If you can afford these small luxuries, these small little things, because everybody's happiness is different. Somebody might say, look, I don't care about no first class. I'd rather get a Gucci bag. I'll be in coach from a Gucci bag. Little things to me, something that's more memorable, things that's going to always stick to me. You know, material things come and go. But memories and things inside, experiences, no one can ever take from you. They can never depreciate. They can never dissolve. You know what I mean? They're there. And even though it's so small and it's so simple as that experience of me coming into first class, and even though it was during a pandemic, they still treated as if it was like the world was open. You still got the hot rags. You still got the champagne, unlimited drinks. You know, you got peanuts, but you got some other little fancy crackers. You know, not the waffle thingies. Something else. It was just like an experience. So what I'm saying is, live the life that you want. You know, already being it, if it's within your means. Don't do it just because it's because, you know, you can do it. You don't want to exhaust. You know what I mean? You want things to come to you, but you know, walk that walk. Walk that walk. And it's okay as long as it's within your means. I do it sometimes. You know what I mean? The biggest thing of this whole creating your whole life is you have to put in the work. So I hope I did bring that out. And you may want this life, and you may hear these videos that people put out about manifest your life, do vision boards, do this, do that, dream it, go to bed, talk about it. Yeah, you can do all of that, but guess what? If you don't do the work, it will not happen. You can sit here and write the best business plan, have everything lined out, have everything blocked out, everything where it needs to be. But if you ain't showing up, if you ain't posting, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, how are you going to get your stuff out to the world if you're not doing it? It's not going to work. And I've come to realize that sometimes we as people, we tend to think a lot of things got to get handed to us. Some of us, it doesn't work that way. We have to go a little bit harder. Just a little bit. You know, get out your comfort zone. And I'm speaking to myself as I'm speaking to you, because trust me, last night, that's why this video came to my head. I was like, oh my God, I'm so busy doing this and doing that, but I want iamKeliB. I want my brand to be where it needs to be and where I want it to be, because it's not just about me. It's, even though it's named iamKeliB, yeah, it's me, but iamKeliB is so much more than just me. It's me and all of you. You know what I mean? So if I don't put the work in and don't put the work out, how am I going to reach you? Right? And then how am I going to have the life that I want to have if I don't do the work? So just a little something I wanted to throw out there a little bit. In doing this, it may be hard. Sometimes you may have to block out the world. And I mean friends and family. And, you know, I have friends that I was talking to on the phone every day, every other day. I don't do that anymore because I got so much going on. Do I check up on them every now and then? Do they check up on me every now and then? Absolutely. Everybody is in a grind. I have friends who are trying to, you know, pursue higher careers, do different things in the consultant field, you know, got new jobs, trying to focus on that, trying to, you know, move up in that company. Then you have me over here who just got a new job, trying to get right with it and run a business, you know. So you have to understand the people that you pretty much have in your life, they understand you and you understand them. For those who don't understand that, like, well, you don't call me and you don't check up on me, they got to go. They got to go. And the ones that be whispering behind your back, they stay right there. That's where you need to be, behind you, because they stagnant. You get what I'm trying to say? But sometimes you have to block out the world. I got my core. I have my core group, and my core group is already in my home. You know what I mean? So, and I have my daughters, you know, my mom, things like. I have my core group. So that's all I need to make sure that I'm moving forward. So you find your core group, you find your support system, and you rock out. Because at the end of the day, when you create this life that you want, the people who were there for you and the people who understood you will benefit from you. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. So let me tell you this. One of my girlfriends, she's very successful in her field. Her success and her wealth that she has never changed her, right? Anytime she wanted to do something, and if I may not have had it, it was never like, oh no, Kelly. She just brought me on. You know what I mean? That's the kind of people that I want around me. So, you know, when I'm at my position and I can do certain things, those are the people that I'll reach out to and be like, look, one hand wash the other. You know, you don't do because they do for you, but you just want to show your appreciation. You want to treat them like just as well they treated you. And I'll never forget those things. And she know who she is because she might watch the video. She may not watch it because this video too long. It's too long for her. So to wrap this up, we all want financial freedom. You know what I mean? We do not want to exchange our time for money. We want passive income to work for us. We want it all. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but we got to put the work in. So in order for you to have and to create your dream life, you got to put the work in. And I know people may say, well, I go to work every day, I do this, I do that. Yes, you can still have a dream life and have a career, a job, and so forth, but sometimes you have to chase the wheel. You have to, you know, job hop, move up the ladder, keep doing this, to get the money that you really want and the money that you deserve for what you do. But in the meantime, while you're still doing all that, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I have a job, you know. That's why I can relate so much, because I am still in the workforce. We still have to put that time in. That's why I said if we can give 8 hours to someone else, we can give 2 to ourselves. So in saying all of that, what are some things that you're doing at the moment to create the dream life that you want? And if you don't mind sharing, you know, what are some things that you want? You know, if it's a car, if it's a home, you know, if it's to move out of the country and live somewhere else, move into another state, you know, how do you see yourself? You know, there's some things that, you know, like me, I grew up in the Bronx, born and raised. I moved out of the Bronx when I was in my 30s. So it was like, you know, I knew I wanted to live in a house. I never lived in a house before. I knew I wanted to live, you know, kind of sort of countryside and things like that with a lot of trees, because living in New York, you know, all we have is buildings, tall buildings, a lot of concrete, you know, things like that. So no, not too much greenery, you know, depending on where you lived at. So it was just certain things that I knew that I wanted, and I made a big sacrifice when I moved here, you know, to North Carolina. But there's still some more things that I want. And while I'm still within, you know, good time, you know, I'm still a little young. So since I'm there, I still want to do some more, because not only do I want to experience it, I want my children to experience it as well. So in saying all of that, share with me, I would appreciate that. Leave it down in the comments. I hope you stayed to the end of this video. If you did, I thank you, I appreciate you, and I hope you do whatever it takes to create the dream life that you want. So hey to all my new subscribers, hey to all my loyals, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll catch you in the video. Bye.